Download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Connie! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Today's Daily Encouragement by William the Encourager, sponsored by Ted Russell Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty on Kingston Pike.
Praise ye the Lord, my brothers and sisters. It is Wednesday, and we are thanking God. We are thanking God for another day. Let's pray. Father, we thank you today for another day. Oh, that rhymes. We thank you today. We thank you in every way for another day, for the words that you say, that we believe, that we hold on to, that increases our faith and shows us the way. Lord, we thank you today. Now be with us in everything that we do, and we'll be so careful to give you glory, honor, and praise. Brothers and sisters, remember that you are something special. Napoleon Hill said, cherish your vision and your dreams as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievement. God has given us gifts, talents, skills, and abilities to go forward to change our world. You might not be able to change the world in a whole, but you can change some parts of your world. There's a song by Kathy Tricoli, my brothers and sisters. Google it and listen to it. It says, there is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a fire, there's a spirit, and it lights a fire and makes it whole. So carry your candle into the darkness and shed light into where you are, that people may see truth and know that it is true. It is known, it can be known, and that everything that we see is not junk. We look at each other and we judge one another, but are you really knowing that you are judging God's creatures? God said what he has made is good. And we need to remember that we are good. God does not make junk. He can deliver us from all evil. He can deliver us if you go to him. Psalms 34, 19 and 20 says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. Oh, praise God. What a mighty God we serve. He keeps us. And if he keeps us and he makes these promises, who are we to deny what the Lord, our Savior, has done? For he is great and mighty to be praised. Ralph Martin said, your destiny is to fulfill those things upon which you focus most intensely. So choose to keep your focus on that which is truly magnificent, beautiful, uplifting, and joyful. Your life is always moving towards something. God is always moving us towards something. Remember, God is moving when nothing else is. When you think things are standing still, God is moving. L.M. Montgomery said, next to trying and winning, the best thing is trying and failing. In other words, keep it moving. Don't stop. Even when you feel you're losing, you're winning. So don't stop. God has given us an end goal. And if we pursue it, we can endure the things that are thrust upon us, my brothers and sisters. Remember, nothing is impossible to him that believe. Mario Mario Fernando said, rise above the storm and you will find the sunshine. Praise ye the Lord. Rise above the storm, my brother, and you will find the sunshine. S-O-N, shine. Remember, there's a way out of your mess, and it's J-E-S-U-S.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Roane, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome into your Wednesday. I'm confused. Wednesday, edition of Ask Your Neighbor. Good morning, George.
Hey, good morning, Ron. What a treat it is to be here on a Tuesday, Wednesday.
It's good to have you here.
I didn't know we were going to be answering questions from all around the world.
No. Well, I don't know if we're answering questions, but, we're all over the world.
I love it, man. I love it. What a treat it is to be out here with y'all on the YSH and be on Ask Your Neighbor. It's Kerbella Shrine Circus season.
Yes, sir. We're ready for the circus. You guys getting geared up and ready to go, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm so excited and really just super fired up. We're just hours away from the first show this Friday, the 27th.
Yes.
And the guys are all getting fired up about welcoming everybody to Thompson Bowling Arena this weekend.
How long does it take you guys to get prepared to do this?
Wow, preparation. Man, that's a great question. Thank you. Well, our preparation is really year-round, is slowly preparing. We don't want to just save it for the last minute.
Sure.
Kind of like I do the chores around the house,
I understand, yes.
Uh-oh, I told the dog, Sweetie's coming home soon. I got to get this knocked out.
Yeah,
all year round, the guys are working about and planning. And, of course, our great communications with Hammond Circus. Hammond is the company that actually brings the circus in for us.
Okay.
And, talk about the acts and different things that we need to do to keep the circus fresh from year to year. This is our 47th year bringing the circus to East Tennessee. 47 years.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. 47 years to East Tennessee, and dropping the tickets on folks and just trying to put on a good show so that we could raise some money to keep Kerbella's lights on and keep us functioning in the area.
And how do you use the circus? How do you use that to generate revenue for the shrine?
Yeah, could you just think about this?
Because it's got to be expensive to put on.
Come on, we rent Thompson Bowling Arena for 3 days. Friday the 27th, Saturday 28th, Sunday the 29th, 3 days. Who rents Thompson Bowling Arena for 3 days? So it is expensive. And then we got to pay the circus folks that come in, right, and put on the acts to high wire. That's not, my wife up there. These are professionals up there, and they're doing a heck of a job. So they get paid. So for us to raise that money, and then on top of all that, Ron, think about it. Most of the tickets, most of your listeners who got tickets, they got them for free.
Sure.
So we got to pay Thompson Bowling Arena, pay the circus, and we give away tickets for free.
Yes.
What we hope that you do when you come to the circus, that you buy a circus program ad. So it has all the advertisement in and all the clowns pictures, and they autograph the pictures. Or ride an elephant, ride a pony, some of the different rides that they have, face painting, stuff like that. That's where we raise the money. So it's not asking you to pay to get in. It's not asking you to just donate, which we would love for all those things to happen. But what it is for you to even have more fun by in all honesty, try this. No, don't try it. But I would suggest that you think about this. You go to the Knoxville Zoo.
Yeah.
Are you going to ride an elephant? You ain't going to get nowhere near that elephant.
No, they don't have any elephant rides.
There ain't no elephant rides at the Knoxville Zoo. But you come to the circus, you're going to get to ride an elephant. That's a very rare thing to do, especially in this day and age. Sure. Some of the finest elephants they're so well taken care of, even better than my dog, who is the boss at my house. So, yeah, that's how we raise the money. It's the pony rides, elephant rides, face painting, especially the circus program books, those things like that. When you spend a couple bucks after you got a free ticket, that means the world to us, so we can pay Thompson Bowling Arena, University of Tennessee, who's our partner. We can pay the circus folks, and then we can have a couple bucks left over to keep our lights on at Kerbella.
And does the money that you raise here from the circus, is this what stays here locally in at our particular shrine, Shriners Kerbella, or is it for the entire goings-on?
Yeah, fantastic question. So the circus itself is 100% Knoxville, East Tennessee, and our surrounding counties, of course, Anderson County being included. Sure. But that money stays there. And it keeps 100% of it keeps Kerbella's lights on. Now, when we keep our lights on, we keep our doors open, we pay our bills with that money. We have this event to pay our bills. You know, a lot of other nonprofits have like a golf tournament or things like that. They could keep their lights on with that. We do the circus, 47 years of circus. Now, when our lights are on and our bills are paid, now we get out there and do the good work that we have to do, paper sales and things like that, to raise money for the Shriners Children's Hospitals.
So this basically sustains you, so that you're able to go out and fundraise to pay for the services that you give to the kids.
Yes, sir. Hey, let's put it to you this way, Ron, and I'll be very frank with you and the listeners. There is not a Shriner, not one, that gets paid to be a Shriner. Not one.
Sure.
Not one of them is on staff. It's their job. None of that. When people come to that circus, 100% of that money, after we pay our rent and we pay our acts, 100% of that money is Kerbella to do the good work here in East Tennessee. Period. 100% of it. There's nobody getting a paycheck from it. And when people help out with our paper sales and things of that nature, 100% of every dollar goes straight to the hospitals.
Tell people we do this every year, and you would think folks would know, but it's amazing how many don't. Tell them exactly what their money goes for at these hospitals.
Sure. Well, look, you know, we got to love the folks that help out. And Children's Hospital is a great place. But at the end of the day, when we got a child, and if you're listening right now, if you have somebody in your life, and they're under 18 years old, and they need help, you need to reach out to Kerbella. I mean, bottom line, they're not going to ask you, they're not going to demand your insurance card or how much money you have in your bank account. They want to hear about the situation and how they can help. What we do, because we don't have a hospital domicile here, we do not have a physical hospital sitting in the Knoxville region, we transport these folks.
Yes.
We take them to Lexington and Greenville and some of the other hospitals, and that's our focus, is to transport them. We'll pick them up at the house in a Kerbella Shrine van, them and their family, take them to their appointments, feed them, house them, whatever we got to do to make sure they're there and they're back home safely. And we got a group called the Road Runners that do that. Heck, we've even had some, Ron, that had emergencies, and we'll fly them. We'll put them on we'll rent a jet, whatever we got to do. That's that money. That's what that goes for. When they get there to the hospital, greatly welcomed, because they're children oriented, and then they assess their problems, whatever it may be, and figure out a treatment plan for them. Sure.
Do the hospitals that you use, are they just for Shriner patients, or are they hospitals that just help you and accept Shriner patients?
Yeah, that's wonderful. No, these are Shriner hospitals. We have 13 Shrine hospitals around the world. 3 of them really close by to here. 13 total, and our needs to keep the hospitals open is, first of all, we need patients. So we don't want doctors at work sitting on their hands looking for something to do. We need patients. More people knocking at the door is beautiful for us. Again, if you have somebody and you think they need some help, you can call Kerbella, 865-573-1901. I'll give you the number again real slow, 865-573-1901, 901.
And you guys, you don't differentiate between what the disease or what the need is. You assess the need when it comes in to see if you have the ability to help.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they'll assess it, and then they'll see what they can do about it. I'm not really well versed in all of that, that
all
minutia.
The doctor stuff.
Yeah, all that doctor minutia. But I do understand clearly that we are always looking for patients. We're always looking for opportunities to serve, and if you got a question, I mean, our patients are 18 and under, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, just being very frank, because they're Shriners Children's Hospitals. So, if there's a special case, they'll assess that too. Somebody who's older, I don't know, but call and ask the questions, because that opportunity is there, and we love to do that. Let me tell you and your listeners, if you don't care, just one really important fact. The important fact for us is that for us to operate our 13 hospitals, we have to raise $1 million per day.
Wow.
Per day is our expenses to keep our hospitals running. $1 million per day.
Wow.
That's right. So when you see us at the Christmas parades, the 4th of July parades, and the little cars, our circuses, the things that we're doing in the community, we're trying to create that relationship with the community so you feel comfortable enough to help support the hospitals.
Yes.
And this right here is even greater than that, because we're here so that y'all come out. I want to personally invite every one of your listeners to come to the Thompson Bowling Arena this weekend. Come and check out the circus. Enjoy the Shriners. Enjoy the clowns and all the high wire acts and the elephants and, all the other good stuff, because it's not going to be any fun if you don't.
Yeah.
We don't want to put a circus onto a bunch of empty seats, y'all.
Sure.
Come on. It's only rain out all weekend anyway. Come on.
And UT's off.
Yeah.
It's a bye weekend.
Yeah, it's a bye week. Now, I know most people are probably trying to have a wedding this weekend, or they're having an anniversary. And look, let's just be very frank about it, if you don't mind. I'm going to church on Sunday morning. That's what I do. Yeah. I don't miss, and I'm not suggesting anybody misses. But at the end of the day, on Sunday, the show doesn't start until 1 p.m.
So you can go right after.
Yeah. Listen, we could still go to church, still enjoy your meal at the Shoney's, or wherever your choosing is. Still get out of your church clothes and get on down to Thompson Bowling Arena for 2 shows on Sunday. One at 1 o'clock, and the other show starts at 7 p.m. Sunday evening. So there's all kinds of circus still left over on Sunday.
And then about what is our local budget to keep your lights on, to keep things going here in Knoxville?
Man, that number is really it's operational cost. I don't know I'd be frank with you, I don't know the exact number, but it's our operational cost. It's pretty expensive. You imagine
we own the building up there on the hill.
We own the building, but we still got to pay KUB.
Yeah.
We still got to pay our taxes. A majority, not all of our taxes, because we're nonprofit, but a bunch of our taxes and our insurance, which is through the roof. Our building's very active building. You
mean it's expensive to insure a circus?
Well, yeah, come on now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a parking lot insurance is expensive. You can imagine what it is to insure a high wire act.
Sure. I didn't
some dude doing backflips on a dirt bike, right?
Yeah, riding in that little cage.
Yeah.
Man, it's amazing how they do that.
Motorcycle cage.
Yeah.
I mean, they're high-fiving each other as they're going around and around.
It's crazy.
I don't know how they don't get dizzy. I don't.
They must just be used to it. It's one of those things.
Didn't Afonso get in one of those with his motorcycle one time?
He did.
Yeah, he don't.
Then he jumped the shark.
Oh, that's all bad right there.
That was the end. That was the beginning of the end right there, pal.
Yeah, when they had Fonzie jump the shark. Yeah.
Well, it's fantastic, the work that you guys do, obvious. I think sometimes that you've been around so long, we've talked about it so much that maybe sometimes people get numb to it.
Yeah, sure.
And you don't recognize it unless maybe you need it, or somebody in your group circle needs it, or what have you. And then you really become educated about it. And
well, as far as the helping the children stuff, I just hate for somebody to be sitting at a hospital and the hospital representative, not the Shriner Hospital, some of the hospital representatives look at them and say, well, your insurance is tapped out.
Your insurance won't cover this.
You don't have enough money in your bank account.
Yeah.
You should go see the Shriners. Well, you should have went to see the Shriners first.
Let me ask you this. Do our local hospitals send people to you guys if they're financially strapped?
I probably shouldn't talk about that subject too much, but you could imagine. And I would encourage anybody to use their imagination.
They don't.
Yeah, because they're not going to serve them.
They're for profit.
They're for profit, and they're not going to serve them if their insurance is gone and their bank account is empty, right? And
so before your insurance is gone or bank account empty.
Well, and this is the thing, and we're always looking for opportunities to serve, right?
Yeah.
And what good is these doctors and hospitals if they're doing nothing because we don't have patients?
Has your patients have they fallen off over the years?
Nope.
Is it not okay?
No. We still, it does ebb and flow, right?
Sure.
Because of awareness, like you were talking about a minute ago. But things like the circus, like this, and we'll welcome over 100,000 people at Thompson Bowling Arena this weekend. In the 5 shows.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. And so that awareness becomes uplifted again, right?
Yeah.
Via our participation in the community. People see us with our fezzes on, which is our shiny hats, our blinged out hats. That creates that awareness again of the things that we can do for them and how we want to help them.
Here's a question for you.
Sure.
What's the history of the fez?
Yeah, well, the history of the fez.
Hat.
Yeah. Well, we call it fez. That's right. It's the only hat that I own that doesn't keep the sunlight out of my eyes. Yeah. And it's
She's asking to put a bill on it.
And it's been bedazzled, and
Yes.
nobody says anything about it, right? If I
love it.
bedazzle anything else that I wear, people will be like, "Oh man, check out dude, he's bedazzled," right? So yeah, I wear this hat, and I can only tell you the history of mine.
Okay.
Right, and I got it about 20 years ago, and I love wearing it every chance I get. But that's the only history I give it.
I've always wondered because I remember the Flintstones. He was a
Well, he was the fuzzy hat.
Yeah, the fuzzy hat.
Well, let me tell you this: Kerbella Shrine, and if y'all are listening, this is important. We consider Kerbella. The Kerbella Shrine Center is called the Oasis of Knoxville. What I mean by that, in our perspective, what we see is that the world outside of Kerbella is the desert. And we have to do our work out there. It's hot, hard, heavy work. And we as Shriners go out into the world and do our work out into the world or the desert. And when we come back to Kerbella, that's considered the Oasis. And we go there for rest and refreshment. That's right. So, and it's all of a desert theme. So you see that we have some Sphinx, these statues outside.
Yeah.
We wear the fez, which is very desert or Middle Eastern kind of look with the happy Middle Eastern people that wear fezzes.
Yeah.
And that kind of theme, because we consider that the oasis where we find our rest and refreshment from the work that we do outside of there, which we consider the desert. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we have that sort of desert theme.
Recharging it.
Yes.
You're recharging.
That's right.
Unit.
And so we say, well, we're going to Shrine to have fun.
Yeah.
Well, we go there. We got to have fun because we have to have a good balance of the work in serving children and serving the community with a little bit of fun back over at Kerbella.
What got you into wanting to serve in this particular?
Look, and so when your heart, and this rings true for every single one of those men that wear a fez. Their hearts they're reacting to their heart's call. That's what you're doing. When you put a fez on, you're reacting to what your heart is knocking at you from inside out, saying it's not time to get, but it's time to give.
So you felt like there was somewhere in your life you thought like I want to try and give back, and this is the avenue that you chose to do it, or did it choose you? Or
well, I wanted to be the greatest. So, and let me tell you who the greatest is. The greatest of us is the one who opens the door for the most people, not the one who the most people open the door for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be the greatest. I want to run to the front and open the door for as many people as I can. And that rings true with every noble at Kerbella Shrine. They're not concerned about somebody holding the door for them and recognizing them. They prefer to hold the door for others and welcome them in.
Do you also solicit members? Do you invite folks to come and to investigate and see if it might be something for them, or is it
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's sort of like ooh, what's going on over there, right? Yeah, I get that. listen, yes, we all the time want to reveal what's going on behind the curtain, and we have people come all the time. But there's events at Kerbella. You can follow us on social media, KerbelaShriners.com. We have a website, all those things. We have dances.
Last time you were here, we were talking about a prom.
Yeah, it was a dance. Yeah, it was a big old dance, and folks get invited like crazy, and everybody's invited to come to these dances and really check out what's going on and inquire about membership.
Perfect.
We don't recruit. We don't. If you're a Freemason, we'll recruit you. But it's a really different path to become a Shriner, and so I guess in the short. Just call down to the shrine and
if you're
ask.
interested.
Yeah, you're interested. Ask. Interested. Ask. That's
well,
it.
we a lot of times when we get when we're talking with folks who are raising money, who are doing things for the community, it seems like maybe in the last couple of years there's been somewhat of a retraction in people that either have the time to do it, or the money to do it, or the willpower to do it. So we've had a lot of 501c3s on looking for volunteers, looking for help, looking for people that are available to get out there and do some of the hard work, opening some of the doors. So I just didn't know if that was a position that you guys had, or if membership was still strong.
Yeah, with everything again, like the ocean, the great ocean, the tides ebb and flow, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, if it's high tide and you're standing knee deep in water, and then you close your eyes and open them again and your feet are bone dried, it's only because the tide went out. But if you stand there long enough and you're consistent long enough, your knees and feet are going to be covered with water again.
Yeah.
So we need to be consistent in what we do and not just run back and forth with the tide. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
We try to be as consistent to our core, to our purposes, and just continue to just love.
How many kids do you help a year?
Man, that's a great number. The number, if we're talking about worldwide, it would I don't know, it's just astronomical. But
how about in the 13 hospitals here? You got any idea?
Yeah, that's worldwide. We have 13 total around the world. Yeah.
And 3 here.
Yeah, 3 in this area right here. Sure. Hundreds and hundreds, man. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. We have hundreds and hundreds come out of right here.
How many
listenership?
How many have you personally met? How many kids that you've helped have you personally met?
Well, that's great, man. Every year, every single year, what we call our patient ambassador.
Yeah.
We used the title was poster child back in the day, but you call him patient ambassador now. Everything's got a new title. I don't know what, but anyway, our patient ambassador. Every year we have a different one. That's it from our area that we've helped to serve in the hospitals. So, and we use that person, that young person, and their family as a representative of the things that we've been doing, So at the end of the day, a couple dozen for sure. When we go to the hospitals, which we get to go visit the hospitals on site, man, your heart just starts beating like crazy just to see the things that are happening.
Well, I did some stuff.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
I did some stuff with you guys back, I think, 2013 to 2014.
Yes, sir.
And they invited me to come up. And I think at this time we were still in Cincinnati. I can't remember. But
yeah.
And I didn't get to go. But I don't know. I don't know if I could go, George. I really don't.
I'll tell you, it's a good thing you didn't, because we'd have every penny in your pocket right now. Your heart, I'll kid you, I'm playing with you, but your heart would melt. It really would melt.
That's what everybody told me.
Oh, I don't know how to put it. It brings compassion in your life gets risen up again. That need for compassion, and then the joy that you get and the satisfaction of seeing these families and these young folks just being made whole again.
The guy that was talking to me about going was a biker, Harley rider, and at the time he was telling me he was standing there in his black Harley vest, teary-eyed, talking to me about these children that they're able to help, and how he would go up there ever so often just because. And so here's this big burly man, biker guy, with his heart, I'm not gonna say broken, but certainly full.
Yeah, a massive man, probably whiskered out, right?
Oh yeah, leather,
tattoos,
everything, right? Whole 9 yards.
Looking like he just came out of the Mad Max movie, right?
Exactly. Or prison.
Or prison. That's right. Bawling because of the service and help for these children.
That's true. That's true story.
Listen, that shows us that God is real and God is good, and that we're all born with a beautiful heart inside. We just got to tap into it, and that's what Shrine does.
Do the Shriners have any Christian or religion affiliation, or is it at all?
Yeah, wonderful question. No, we're definitely not a religion.
Yes.
Right? There's no religion involved. But what there is a deep-rooted and a deep-rooted belief in God, our creator of heaven and earth. That's it. That's it. See, so when we believe in God, you could then they go off to a different way. Well, then some folks, they find salvation through Jesus. Other ones, they got Muslims with Muhammad, or the Jewish folks that are waiting for the Messiah to come. That's the next step. But all of those people believe in the same God, same Genesis, same creator of heaven and earth. Every one of them.
Yes.
So this is how they can all be a part. It's not a religion. It doesn't break off into a religion. It's just a spiritual belief in God, the creator of heaven and earth.
How did it start?
How did it start?
Yeah.
Well, it started through Freemasonry. If you don't know anything about Freemasonry, these are men. Just to be frank with you, it's a fraternal group. It's not a frat party though, but it's a fraternal group. And what they men who believe that God is the creator of heaven and earth, and so they come together to help each other be better.
Okay.
Be better than what they were or what they are. So it's men sharpening men, or knife sharpening iron, You understand?
Yes.
So we look at each other and we try to be on the square with each other, which means that we can't build God's great house unless the blocks have been squared. You don't build it with round stones. We build it with square stones.
Yes.
So we try to square each other up so that we're proper with each other. We're good, all men, and to love all men, period, all. And
do you know when the actual organization?
Yes, so the Freemasons, and so we got into the Shrine. There's some other groups. You start as a Freemason, you become a Shriner, or a Scottish Rite, or a York Rite, or the Knights Templar. Or,
see, I don't know. All that stuff is.
Somebody's probably thinking, well, they're the Illuminati,
What?
And I haven't lit.
You haven't got to see it.
I haven't lit up any of that yet. No, I'm waiting for it though.
Okay.
It began way back when in the construction, and it's very biblical, in the construction of King Solomon's temple, and these Masons who built the temple that King Solomon had built for God. These Masons were hearing a lot of the I don't want to say religious, but a lot of the spiritual language from the leaders, and they were learning it. So when they were learning it, that wasn't allowed, because they're just Masons, they're just builders, right? So they had to take it into secret. So this is why you got the Masonic temples and these things like that. And they say, well, that's a secret society. Well, they do share a lot of what they know. Well, they share everything what they know only from mouth to ear. It's not written down anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you've seen it in a movie, well, that's just somebody's idea of what's going on. It's not exactly real. Anyway, so it's all the way back.
So it started all the way back to building King Solomon's temple,
and even before that. Yeah.
And so the men that were building it were not privileged to know the religion practices of the day, but they wanted to learn it, but they learned it in secret, and thus that secret society of trying to learn became what we know as the
Freemasons. They were hearing it, and so when the leaders found out that some of these Masons knew this, they were destroying those men.
Really?
So they had to take it and be quiet about it and share it in secret. Yeah. So they became a fraternity, right? And so now we don't build temples anymore. We don't take stones and we don't cut and carve stones. We do that with each other.
Yeah.
Right, and one man helps another man to be a better man. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And together, we as men are building the great temple for God. Right?
Which is through helping children.
Through helping, and through serving our Freemasons. They're about orphan children and widowed women, and they're very quiet in what they do.
See, I didn't
but they
know.
help widowed women. That's right. Very quiet. And orphan children. Shriners, well, we have the hospitals, and each group has that philanthropy, that charity, that person in need that they want to help out, and they're focused on it. Right?
I mean,
focused on it.
To run 13 hospitals, I mean, $1 million a day.
$1 million a day.
Which actually, to me, seems that's less than $100,000 a hospital. So it seems like a pretty. It seems cheap. Seems like it'd be more than that, but still, $1 million a day to have to do. That's a birth. $365 million a year is a lot of money to raise.
When you see our even the Shrine International, you see their commercials on late at night on 10 News 2 or, some of these other channels, and you see the kids with the blankets and things like that to support the shrine.
Yeah.
Man, that's for real. That's absolutely for real. And that helps not just people all around, but really our people that are in our listening
Do you
area.
How many kids here in East Tennessee do you think you guys have helped over the years? Any idea?
The numbers are in the thousands and thousands and thousands. I couldn't imagine. I could probably call and find out a roundabout number, but I'll bet you in tens of thousands.
Really?
It's just constant, man.
Is there a story?
And we want more.
Story that sticks out in your head? Is there a child or a story or a circumstance that sticks out in your head that just really touched your heart, or you were just really excited to be part of?
Yeah, there is. It's really, I don't want to be too specific because you know how that is with some folks, but at the end of the day, when we're at the circus or we're at a parade, a Christmas parade, 4th of July parade, and it's a 40-year-old man comes walking up, and this man puts his arms around you. You don't know him. Never met this guy before. Some dude, with a beard and all that stuff, right? Gray-haired guy. Puts his arms around you and says, thank you. You're like, okay. Because he had a cleft palate or his foot, his leg was turned around backwards, born, and he's a shrine patient. Yeah. And now he's a full-grown man with a family, successful, and they never forget. They never forget. And they'll hug every single Shriner they see, just saying thank you, man.
That's cool.
It is so... Man, it just melts my heart, dude. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it changes you. It just changes you. I'm okay with a little kid who's thankful or mom and dad, whatever, but that full-grown man, right, who steps, you're just parading or whatever, and he comes out of the side of the road, the crowd, and just comes over and puts his arm around you and says thank you. He says, I was a shrine patient when I was a kid, and my parents wouldn't have had nothing, and you all saved us, and it's just unbelievable, man.
And that happens often?
Oh, yeah. I mean, guys can tell you stories left and right. But, yeah, that, for me, there's a million other little stories of helping just these most innocent faces that you could imagine, these children. But when a grown man steps out of the crowd.
Well, you see the results of the efforts, and a life well lived that wouldn't have been.
Well, let me be frank with you. It's really the results of the effort of the men who came before me.
Sure.
Right? They did that. I wasn't even a part of it at that time, and that man hugged me. So it makes me say I need to work passionately, or I need to put some energy into this so that I can hand that legacy down to, in 40 years from now when I'm gone, that young man who's wearing a fez.
How long you been doing this?
Man, this is over 20 years now. Yeah, and I've been doing the PR stuff. They tapped me. Thank you.
I wonder why.
Our potentate Dusty Carroll. He's a guy.
Dusty.
Dusty.
Did he come in? Was he here with you last time?
Dusty was.
Yes.
Dusty was. Well, last year I didn't get to come. I had some health issues. The year before, Dusty has always been around, and Dusty, they send me, I guess because I talk too much or I don't talk. I don't know what the problem is. They send me out. I'm the public relations guy, and it is what it is. Thank you.
You do a good job.
Yeah, I appreciate saying that.
Well, you're passionate about it. You know about it, and you're willing to talk about it.
It's a wonderful thing. I mean, to go around talking about high wire acts and circus clowns and elephants, man, that's not a bad subject to have to talk about. And it doesn't really upset people.
No.
Right? Yeah, like everybody should be really kind of smiling about that.
It's fun.
If you can't see me right now, if you can't tell
they
that
can
I'm
see
talking,
you on television.
Yeah, I'm talking the whole time with a smile on my face.
You are
right?
talking you are definitely smiling.
Yeah, dude. And it's a great pleasure. What a treat it was. Ron, let me tell you a little story.
Okay.
I became a Freemason, and it was blessed to do so. And then I went over to the Kerbella Shrine immediately. That's all. I really wanted to be a Shriner more than anything. And I went over there.
Wait, stop. What made you want to be a Shriner? Did you see it in action or what?
Seeing them do
you
the work.
Saw and you knew you wanted to do something?
Yeah. I wanted to help, right? I wanted to serve. Absolutely.
Okay.
I wanted to have fun doing it.
Okay.
Right? And so it's really a great combination. And the fellowship and all that. Yes. Yeah, I've seen them parading, and I've been to the circuses,
sure.
all that good stuff. Yes.
So you wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, more than anything. So I became a Master Mason, and I went down to Kerbella. I made a petition, is what they call it. And they let me in.
Okay.
And so I went straight to the office. They have an office there. And I said, I got to pay your dues, right?
Okay.
I said, well, I want to just go ahead and pay my dues for the rest of my life. I said, oh, you pay lifetime dues? I said, yeah. And they asked me why. And I said, well, I've always wanted to be a Shriner. But now if I get to pay my lifetime dues, you can't never get rid of me. That's a true story. I kid you not. Yeah, so I paid my lifetime dues, right? So if I say something wrong right now, you still can't get rid of me.
Well, that's pretty cool. Tell me,
true story.
what are some of the things, what's some of the adversities that you guys face that our listeners or whatever can help you guys with? Is the biggest adversity fundraising and warm bodies? I mean, just what do you guys need?
Sure. I think that our challenges right now, right, and the things that we are, of course, this being here today is a great challenge. I challenge every listener to come to the circus, every one of y'all, to come out and help out just a little bit and enjoy the circus. That's really our biggest thing. We want to fill every show, 5 shows at the Thompson Bowling Arena. So y'all come on out, and it's going to be busy Saturday night. We know that. It's going to be raining. There's nothing going on in town. Thompson Bowling Arena is going to be the place to go. But I'm talking about Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. Come out to those shows. But really, if we back up and look at the shrine at Kerbella and what's going on with it, we're in great shape. We're really running strong. We could always use more members like anybody else, more people doing more work. So if any of this conversation has gotten you thinking, hey, man, this sounds pretty interesting, then just call down to Kerbella. Call down there and ask some questions and do some investigation. Some of the stuff, that you see that people have on social media and these other things, that's just a bunch of silliness. Mm-hmm. It's just good guys, our neighbors, people we go to church with every Sunday.
Sure.
Right? These are the guys. And it's not another religion. There's none of that silliness. It's really just a unique way.
You mean you're not in the back room chanting something?
No, we're not in the back room chanting. We don't have any hoods on, and there's none of that. And you know what? It's not that big of a secret. I mean, it's written right on the side of the building, right? It says, Blue Lodge right there on the side of the building, whatever. And it says, you can see that. You can
see from the Henry Street Bridge right there.
Yeah, it's big, bright letters. It says Kerbella on it, right? So it's not that big of a secret. If you think there's a secret going on in there, just peck on the door and come on in and ask. They'll be glad to welcome you in, say hello, and indoctrinate you into, educate you. I shouldn't have said that, but it was funny anyway.
Yes, sir, it was. George, I always enjoy having you here. I always enjoy talking to you, and I hope that we're able to help a little bit.
Yes, sir. Ron, listen, if you don't mind, thank you. And I look you square in the eye. Thank you.
No, you're
thank you for everything you've done. You and your business and the radio and your listeners have done for Kerbella Shrine. It doesn't go unnoticed. Our appreciation is beyond whatever you could imagine. If it wasn't for you and those folks, it's exactly like you, Ron Meredith, if it wasn't for you all, well, we wouldn't be able to get any of this done. In all honesty. So you listen to our appeal, you encourage our participation, and not only that, but you support us.
Sure, absolutely.
And your listeners, those of y'all listening, you support us, and that just fills our heart. It encourages us to continue to do the work. Man, thank you.
It's the way that you feel about what you're doing is the way that I feel about doing this for guys like you.
Yeah, it's so cool, man.
And
you've done a lot for us over the years, Ron Meredith. A lot of folks don't know, but you have, and we are greatly appreciative of it.
I thank you. I appreciate you saying that. It's not necessary because, like I said, I enjoy it, and it gives me, this business can sometimes wear you down, but this is why I do it right here. This is what I do.
It's cool.
I get to have conversation with somebody I like, and that conversation gets to help thousands of people, I hope.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Good all the way around.
Yeah, it's so cool. I would be remiss if I didn't just say it one more time. If you can hear my voice, thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. We'd love to see y'all come out to the circus this weekend if you can get out. Come on out and visit with us and visit with our shrine clowns and just enjoy the show. And let's just have a good time and just love on each other like East Tennesseans post.
And when you say visit with the clowns, does that include you?
Oh, well, I won't. No. I'll have my blinged out hat on. But I am not wearing the clown makeup. But we got some fantastic clowns that are right here. These are local clowns. These are all Shriners.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
So a lot of Shriners are participating. They get in and work and participate in part of the circus too.
You buy a ticket for an elephant ride or a pony ride, or if you buy tickets, they're all East Tennesseans.
Oh, great.
We volunteer. Cabela comes alive.
How do you guys, you bring a circus or something like that in, and it's usually a very structured event, I don't want nobody getting stepped on.
Yes.
So how is it that they can bring these local folks in, and how do you guys merge and mesh with that circus?
Yeah. Well, they're already meeting right now. Today's Wednesday.
They're in there.
Yeah, they'll be at Thompson Bowling Arena tomorrow. The leadership, and they'll be giving everybody the space and the place and how to report.
The jobs.
The jobs, that's right. Oh, yeah, great preparation going on already. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, just so it could be on like Donkey Kong. Man,
you guys got to have folks at the door, ushers, and you got to have
all kinds of stuff. And of course, we employ some university folks. Who keep the lights on and things of that nature, lights up and down, some things of that nature. And then the circus really is professional. They have great focus, set the tables up. And then it's Shriners. It's folks from Anderson County and the city of Clinton and Knoxville, and and it's these folks that are selling tickets for the rides and things of that nature. You'll see them helping people on the elephants, and you see them parade through. They're all just local folks. So they're our neighbors.
Going back to the kids and people that might be out there.
Yeah.
So no matter what the illness or the problem might be, you guys still would like to have the opportunity to see if you could help at one of these hospitals. I just want to clarify that, because a lot of times I know people would think about, it's for burn kids, or it's for kids with cerebral palsy or something like that. But it's not just that. Is that
listen,
correct?
We want to hear about it.
Yes.
And we want to see if we can help. Now, I can't say that they can help, and I wouldn't. Do not take me the wrong way. I'm not saying everybody gets help. We want to hear about if there's an opportunity that we can help and serve. Always. Period.
But at the very least, call.
Yeah, at very least, it's just a simple phone call. Yeah, and really, there's no more long distance anymore. I haven't, I haven't seen a phone booth in a while neither, but
I don't think
there's really no
anymore.
There's really no long distance, so you can call Cabela Temple. I'll give the number again if that's okay.
573-1901.
Yeah, 865-573-1901. You got it. You got it down, bro.
We've been doing this a while, George.
Yeah, I know we have. Man, I appreciate you letting me come out here all the time like this, Ron, and to share Shrindom and the activities of the Shriners with you and your listeners, because it's going to be hard for us. There's a lot of competition. I know a lot of people want to talk on the radio and get their word out and get their story out.
You're welcome anytime.
It means a world for you all to make space for us. And I can tell you this, without any hesitation or reservation, that our potentate, Dusty Carroll, greatly thanks you and what you all do.
It's our pleasure.
He's the boss man, and he's got some illnesses that he's trying to attend to today.
Yep.
Otherwise, he would have been here.
Sure.
And but on behalf of Dusty and our divan, man, we say thank you very much. Y'all are special to us.
Let me ask you this: do you care if I see if our listeners have any questions?
No, I love to take questions.
Okay,
absolutely.
let me see. Let me take a break.
If I don't know the answer, I'll lie anyway.
There you go.
I'll say I don't know.
Sure. If you guys have a question, I did this yesterday when our court clerk was here, because I want to make sure that if folks have questions, because a lot of times after the program they'll call and say, "Hey, Ron, can I do this?" And I wish I'd have thought to ask that. So most of the time my listeners have a lot better questions than I do. So let me open the phones to see if anybody has any, and if they don't, that's fine too. We've answered all their questions. But 865-457-1380. I'll take a real quick about 2-minute break, and then we'll come back. And if you have a question for George, we'll ask, and if not, we'll let him loose.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's circus time in Tennessee. This is George Bove with the Cabela Shriners, and it's my pleasure to tell you about the 47th Annual Cabela Shrine Circus. The 47th Annual Cabela Shrine Circus at Thompson Bowling Arena, the Food City Center. September 27th, 28th, and 29th. 5 great shows over 3 exciting days in Knoxville. Outstanding new acts with the only 3-ring circus in existence. Shrine clowns will be available for pictures, and the amazing performing elephants will astound your senses. 2024 Kerbella Shrine Circus. Bigger, better, and bound to please the kid and everyone. All shows are general admission, so come early. One show Friday, September 27th. Doors open at 5 p.m. 2 shows Saturday, September 28th, and 2 more great shows on Sunday, September 29th. Don't worry about a thing. Tickets are available at the door. And know this, Kerbella Shrine thanks you.
You never know when life is going to throw you a curveball. Say you're involved in a traffic accident and you need some legal advice. Maybe you're released from your job for no reason. Or you suspect it's because you're getting older. You might know of someone whose marriage is on the rocks. Divorce is soon. Bad things happen to good people all the time. And Saturday mornings from 11 until noon, T. Scott Jones will be taking your calls and giving you legal advice. That's 11 until noon Saturday mornings, right here on WYSH.
Hi, I'm Tim Elrod. Over the years, you've heard us at OEB Law say, let us turn your wreck into a check. We still do that for many families, but I want to take the time to go beyond the slogan. I think I've learned over the years, and more every day, that the most important thing for an attorney to understand is the value of being a partner to you. When you and your family call an attorney, you're calling because you need some help. You need someone to pull alongside you and stand with you. We understand the process of the legal system. You probably don't. So it's our responsibility to keep you informed about every step of the process. You're going to have questions about what's going on. What's next? What do I need to know? Our responsibility is to guide you through the process with the information that you need, the answers to your questions, and the assurance that we have your back at OEB Law. You have my word. We stand with you because communication is key.
Exciting news from Shylock's Pond. They've got a big sale going on. Everything in the outside sales area will be marked down. And they have several items: chainsaws, bicycles, generators, table saws, and much more. Hurry in because this sale ends September 30th at Shylock's Pond, 1204 Clinch Avenue in Clinton. 865-457-2960. And remember, if you need money, Shylock's has cash for you.
Don't be fooled by insurance companies telling you where you have to get your prescriptions filled. Anderson Crossing Pharmacy in Andersonville can fill your prescriptions, and they'll do it in about 10 minutes. And make sure you ask Anderson Crossing Pharmacy about their loyalty card. You can save 10% on over-the-counter items. Anderson Crossing Pharmacy is at 3318 Andersonville Highway. Call them at 865-494-8444, 494-8444. Family-owned and serving our area since 1995. Anderson Crossing Pharmacy, caring for you and about you. H&H Body Shop is a lot more than just a body shop. Here's Darla, co-owner.
We do mechanical maintenance, and we sell tires, and we can do any mechanical thing on a car that a person might go to several different places to do. Because several years ago, we realized people was in a hurry to get their car out of the shop so they could go get their brakes done, and we have the capability of doing all those things. We have all of the state-of-the-art equipment to do things. We have computerized alignment, and we have a mechanic that has credentials to work on just about any car.
So whether your car is torn up or just needs a tune-up, you only need H&H Body Shop. H&H Body Shop on North Main Street in Clinton. Call 457-9734. 457-9734. H&H Body Shop. There since 1960. There when you need them. All right, George, as usual, I always appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, buddy.
And, we're happy to be part of it. It makes us feel good, just like it makes you feel good to do it. It makes us feel good that we might help facilitate a little bit of it. And, maybe we'll make the world a little bit a better place after the circus for somebody.
Yeah.
There's a kid out there right now that probably needs your service. Maybe we just educated his grandmother or his grandfather.
Sure,
or
that education we want him to get. But let me tell you about the kid that's out there right now, and I can guarantee if you're listening to me right now, there's a child that needs a little bit of joy in their life.
Yeah.
Take them to the circus this weekend.
There you go.
Come on to the circus. We don't have to worry about hospital stuff, this and that. You take that kid to the circus this weekend, because we are the only 3-ring circus you're going to find in existence anymore. There is nothing.
No.
We do it in 47 years. We don't aim to stop. It's going to keep on keeping on. As long as Carbella's around, we're going to keep on putting on circuses, and it's the only one left. There is no other. Look around.
Do you guys do it in other? Do other chapters do it around?
Oh yeah. Other shrine centers, absolutely. The circus is on tour, so they got this weekend. They'll end up somewhere else, St. Louis or here or there. But Kerbella is one of the biggest that they put on. I mean, Thompson Bowling Arena is strong, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest, and 5 shows over 3 days. That circus is real. Those folks are working. They'll load up their trucks and load up their buses and load up their animals. They go to the next circus. Wherever that is. But yes, sir, they sure do. And I'll tell you what, if y'all come on out, it's going to be a good time. It's just going to be raining all weekend anyways.
Yeah.
You drop that honey-do list and let all that grocery shopping go, and just go to the circus, eat some popcorn, and get your face painted.
Well, the circus is what, 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Long, so it's not like it's all day.
That's right, but of great entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, constantly moving. 3 rings. I don't know how I never understood the 3-ring thing. I can't only look at one at a time.
It's ADD.
It is ADD. That guy spinning the flaming bowling pins or whatever it is, juggling the flame.
Yeah.
That's out of line for me. Come on, buddy. What are you doing with that?
They switched to chainsaws.
Chainsaws.
Yeah, I've seen them do chainsaws.
Yeah, think about this.
Yeah.
Like, you're in high school and they're asking, what do you want to go to university for? And say, I'm just going to juggle flaming sticks, Or, I got an idea, chainsaws. Yeah. That would be awesome, right?
Yeah, who come up with that?
I think that's what I'm going to do. I love that guy, right? He's
Absolutely.
Like, no, I don't want to be a block mason, or I'm not going to repair cars. I'm going to juggle chainsaws.
Well, that guy will be in Knoxville this weekend.
He's coming. That's right, man. He's coming. That's a great career choice.
Let me see if this is a call for us.
Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Ask Your Neighbor on WYSH.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for the man there, Cabela man.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Do you know Ray Skiles?
Yes, I do. Yeah. He owes me $10. When you see him, will you tell him he owes me that money?
No, he passed away.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to let him off then.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I've got almost 5 gallons of coins. I've been saving about 15 years, and I'd like to give them to Lexington Hospital.
Yeah.
I've been donating, and I don't know how to get them there really. So.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. You get your pen out, and I'm gonna give you a phone number, and you call that number just as easy as you called this, and they're gonna arrange the opportunity to meet with you and pick it up.
Okay, that'll work.
You got your pen?
Pardon me?
You got your pen to write the phone number down?
I'm ready, yeah.
All right, 865-573-1901.
573.
I'm just... Come on, quit messing, man.
865-573.
Wait just a minute. 865. What now?
573.
573.
1901.
1901.
Yeah, Miss
Shannon.
Shannon.
I got a port having this jug filled. I've been for several years, and just mix change, and I have to have a hand truck to handle it. It's in a plastic 5-gallon thing.
Beautiful.
Like you turn it upside down for a water fountain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyway, so.
I'll tell you what, you just made my heart beat with that, brother. Those kind of things right there mean everything to us. It isn't.
Yeah, I've been giving to them up to Lexington, and I
yes,
get
sir.
to places all over the country, we donate to them too, But
sure. Well, they'll pick it up. You get a hold of Shandon down there. That's who'll answer the phone, and they'll arrange to pick it up. And if that's where you want it earmarked for, by God, that's where it'll go.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a question for you.
Okay.
How you doing, buddy?
Well, for an old man, I ain't doing too bad.
Well, all right. Listen, now that's the right attitude right there. I ain't doing too bad. Everything's good. God is good, and it's a good day to be in Tennessee.
And I do too. So.
Yes, brother. I sure do appreciate you. You gonna come to the circus this weekend?
I don't know. I've been over there at that arena, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big crowd.
Walking uphill, if I can't get a close place, I can't take it. You know?
I feel you. Will?
I'm almost 90, so anyway.
Son, no kidding, 90?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be, yeah. My next birthday. That's next month.
Ron, did you...
Anyway.
You weren't the bus boy at the Last Supper, were you? Huh? I just wondered who picked up those dishes at that dinner.
Anyway. But I've had a good life,
Yes, sir.
But anyway, I work with Ray Skiles at Knoxville UPS,
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's a great guy. And I was playing earlier, but I tell you what, you were calling in and making that donation.
Skillet all the time,
Skillet.
Of course, stuff, but yeah, he's all right, so I've got his badge here for some reason. I don't know whether he gave it to me or what, but it's got the little panel truck on it, Cabela truck.
Yeah, that he used to put on the side of the vehicle.
Yeah, this is a 2004 badge, but anyway.
All right.
Man, you just made my day, brother. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Have
man.
a good day. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you go.
Man, that was a lot of fun, right?
That was a lot of fun.
Hey, I goof all the time.
And literally, we just raised buckets of money. Literally.
A whole big tub full of money.
Literally, buckets of money.
Yeah.
Next time someone asks, you just say, I wish they raised us buckets of money. Literally.
So big we had to get a hand truck to go pick it up. Ain't nothing wrong with any of that. Yeah, Shandon down there. And if y'all got questions about anything, of course, that's that same number, 865-573-1901. I might have said it a little bit faster earlier. My apologies. I just goofing all the time. They tell me I ought not to goof so much and get a little more serious, but what's the sense in it?
Yeah, you know what? You can accomplish the same thing and have a good time. Have a good time.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right, yeah. I guess maybe it'll get me out of a speeding ticket the next time. I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, bro.
And I know that Congressman Burchett, big supporter of what you guys do.
Yeah,
Tim's a friend of the station. He's also a friend of yours. And I know that you were going to try and get him to call in. But, man, live with all the stuff that they've got going on right now, there's no telling what meeting he's in or who's
the poor guy's covered up, man. I'll tell you what, I told him not too long ago, we pray for him.
Yes,
and
sir.
his family and what they go through, and you could tell these folks aren't just in the spotlight; they're in the bullseye now.
Amen.
What they're doing to these folks anymore, and in all honesty, they're just trying to help and serve. So yeah.
Is Tim a Shriner or is he?
Tim is not. Tim is not a Shriner or a Mason. Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs is a Freemason.
Yes.
Entered apprentice Freemason, and he's working his way through it. And the father of our country, George Washington, was a Master Mason, a Freemason. And there's been many presidents and folks along the way that have participated. But no, Tim's not a Mason. But
he helps.
Oh yeah. He sees the work of the philanthropy. He sees what we're doing, and he's on the team all the way. Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
And so isn't you folks that are listening. Y'all, I doubt. No, I know for a fact there isn't a soul listening that has a problem with somebody being a Mason or a Shriner. They can see the things that we've been doing.
Sure.
47 years, Kerbella putting on this circus, right? So they can see the good stuff that we've been trying to do, and I'm sure that every one of your listeners are supporters.
Well, and as I said earlier, sometimes you grow numb or you grow callous. Not callous, it's the wrong word, but it becomes benign to you. But if you ever need it, or you know somebody that's needed it, or you've seen a child that's been affected by it, or like you just said, an adult that was changed because of it, a life changed, a life made better, a life saved, it makes a huge difference. And people then become extremely aware of it. Hopefully we can make them aware through the radio. And if they need you,
we need them.
We send them to them. Yeah.
We need them to come and Phil, just come and enjoy the circus this weekend.
That's it. Go to the circus. Yeah. It's free. The tickets are free.
You see a Shriner with the fez on, give him a hug. Tell them, those kind of things. Yeah. What a good time.
Yeah,
right?
for freshmen and stuff too, right?
Yeah. That's really the university selling that kind of stuff. Yeah. We don't get involved in any of that. But yeah, there's everything there that you could possibly imagine, and all kind of candy items and whatever, that kind of stuff. Sure.
Toys and fans and and clowns and elephants.
Yeah, all that fun stuff, man. It's a good time. Yeah, at the end of the day, what it is about is that it's not just about us having a good time, but it's about folks coming out and just enjoying and being with the shrine so that they're even more comfortable when we get out to actually ask them for money specifically for the hospitals.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And when is the next fundraising event for the hospitals, George?
Our paper sale is always in June, I believe.
Okay.
And we have a paper. The reason, look, people don't even read the paper anymore. A lot of people don't even get the newspaper delivered, but we print a paper, and every story that's in the paper is a patient in this East Tennessee area. There's not somebody we served in some other state, New York or California or one of those other states.
Yeah.
These are East Tennesseans. Every single story in that paper. So, and we'll give you the paper, and a lot of times we ask people to make a donation for it. So we print up the papers, we hand them out, and people give the money, and 100% of that money goes for the...
How many papers do you distribute a year?
Yeah, well, all depends on how many people will stop at the red light when we're standing there in the corner with our fez and our bucket. Right?
How many do you print? Do you know?
Yeah, tens of thousands, right? Tens of thousands, yeah. And we want everybody to get one. And if you actually read one story inside there, it'll change you. It'll really change your heart, because that is our neighbor, period. That is the people we go to church with. Yeah. That's the folks that our kids are going to school with. That's who's in there. It is not somebody else from some other state that we don't know.
It's your neighbor.
Yes, sir. It sure is in this very show. And that paper, so it's important that you stop. You see a Shriner out there, and you stop them and encourage them, because there's not a lot of that left these days.
You originally from here?
Yeah, I am originally, God doesn't make a lot of mistakes, Ron, but I was supposed to have been born in East Tennessee. Right? But way I got it figured, it doesn't matter where you was born, it matters where you're buried. So let's go ahead and tell you one thing. I'll be plotted right down here in East Tennessee. How's that?
That works for me, pal.
See, I've learned how to answer the question that I wanted to be asked instead of the question I was asked. I watch debates.
There you go. You're figuring it out. Hey, always a pleasure to have you in here. Come back anytime.
Yes, sir.
Anything we can do for you, you just call me, and we'll take care of it.
Hey, God bless you. God bless y'all listening. And we're going to pray about y'all. And
thank you.
And
pray for
we
us.
love you, and we appreciate everything y'all do.
All right. We're going to wrap this thing up. Thank you, George.
Yes,
and
sir.
guys, if you have any questions, 865-573-1901. If you've got questions about the circus, anything that we've talked about today, I can make a donation or what have you. 865-573-1901.
If my wife is listening, Ron, I just want to tell you, baby, I love you. Yeah, I do.
You scored points, don't you?
Yes.
Thank you, George. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website. It's Ask Your Neighbor. Thanks for listening.